All right, for those of you out there at home without the internet connection, here is that bonus video that I suggested others go to explaining photosynthesis. Watch this only after you have read the chapter with me and answered your section review questions. All right, here we go.
The process of photosynthesis produces ATP from ADP and PI by using the energy from light to excite electrons that are passed along an electron transport chain. Coupled with the transfer of electrons is the pumping of hydrogen ions and the splitting of water molecules. The following complexes are found in the photosynthesis electron transport chain: photosystem 2, cytochrome B6F, photosystem 1, ferredoxin NADP reductase, and the complex that makes ATP, ATP synthase. In addition to the complexes, 3 mobile carriers are also involved: plastoquinone QB, plastocyanin, and ferredoxin. Other key components include photons, chlorophyll molecules.
Remember, photons are packets of light from the sun. Chlorophyll molecules is the pigment. That's what absorbs the light.
Protons.
Protons are hydrogen ions, H+.
Water. Molecular oxygen. NADP, and the electrons to form NADPH.
Oh, doesn't he look cute?
And ADP and PI, which combine to form ATP. Photosynthesis occurs in the chloroplasts of plants and algae. The process is also found in single-cell organisms, such as cyanobacteria, that do not have chloroplasts.
Okay, so where are we right now? We're inside the chloroplast. This is the, what is this? That's the stroma. These are the granum, and these little sac-like things are called the thylakoids.
Like its mitochondrial counterpart, the chloroplast electron transport chain consists of several protein complexes and mobile electron carriers. First, a photon of light hits a chlorophyll molecule surrounding the photosystem 2 complex. This creates resonance energy that is transferred through neighboring chlorophyll molecules. When this energy reaches the reaction center embedded in photosystem 2, an electron is released. The reaction center chlorophyll contains electrons that can be transferred when excited. 1 photon is needed to excite each of the electrons in this chlorophyll. Once excited, 2 electrons are transferred to plastoquinone QB, the first mobile carrier.
It's okay if you don't know what that is. Plastoquinone 2b, don't worry about it. That's just an electron carrier. It's moving these high-energy electrons somewhere else.
In addition to the 2 electrons, QB also picks up 2 protons from the stroma. The 2 electrons lost from photosystem 2 are replaced by the splitting of water molecules. Water splitting also releases hydrogen ions into the lumen. This contributes to a hydrogen ion gradient, similar to the one created by mitochondrial electron transport. After 2 water molecules have been split, 1 molecule of molecular oxygen is created. Plastoquinone QB then transfers the 2 electrons to the cytochrome B6F complex.
The word complex, by the way, just means a combination of different proteins working together to do something. That's just like a car engine, which is many different parts working together to do something. These are wildly amazing machines on the microscopic level that God has made to do this stuff. Crazy.
The 2 protons it picked up are released into the lumen. These transfers are coupled with the pumping of 2 more hydrogen ions into the lumen space by cytochrome B6F. The electrons are next transferred to plastocyanin, another mobile carrier. Next, the electrons are transferred from plastocyanin to the photosystem I complex. It is here that photons again energize each electron and propel their transfer to ferredoxin. Ferredoxin then transfers the electrons to the ferredoxin NADP reductase, also known as FNR.
This is where NADP plus turns into NADPH. Okay? Mr. Worley, what's the lumen? The lumen is the space inside the thylakoid membrane. The lumen in biology means like a space or surrounded area. So when it says protons go into the lumen, it's just saying protons are added to the inside of the thylakoid membrane. Let's just back up just a little and see that again.
Plastoquinone QB then transfers the 2 electrons to the cytochrome B6F complex. The 2 protons it picked up are released into the lumen.
Into the lumen, inside the thylakoid
These
space.
transfers are coupled with the pumping of 2 more hydrogen ions into the lumen space by cytochrome B6F.
Did you catch that? 4 hydrogens just went into the lumen.
The electrons are next transferred to plastocyanin, another mobile carrier. Next, the electrons are transferred from plastocyanin to the photosystem I complex. It is here that photons again energize each electron and propel their transfer to ferredoxin. Ferredoxin then transfers the electrons to the ferredoxin NADP reductase, also known as FNR. After 2 electrons are transferred to FNR, NADPH is made by adding the 2 electrons and a hydrogen ion to NADP. The gradient created by the electron transport chain is utilized by ATP synthase to create ATP from ADP and PI. This is similar to the way ATP is synthesized in the mitochondria. ATP, NADPH, and molecular oxygen are the final vital products of photosynthesis.
Did you catch that? That is just so wicked cool. This thing is called
and molecular.
This thing right here is called ATP synthase. Basically, as each proton gets pushed through it, it turns the big wheel and makes ATP from ADP. Way cool.
Their oxygen are the final vital products of photosynthesis.
All right, that's the end of that. Hope you found it enjoyable. I thought it was awesome. I hope you're ready for a quiz tomorrow. Bye-bye.